Hello, hello, James.
Hello, teacher.
Ah, how are you today?
Fine, thank you.
James, do you want to drink some water?
No.
So, James, can you move the camera so I can see your face, your whole face? Yes, nice. It's good now. And James, do you want to go to the bathroom?
No.
So, are you ready for the interview? Are you
No.
ready? Are you ready?
Yes.
Okay, thank you, James. Now, James, in Unit 4, we have learned two big books, right? We have Four and Green. So which one do you want to sing? Which one?
Oh.
Four, nice. Here it is, the book Four. Now let's sing.
There are four cats on the farm. There are four sheep in the barn. In the house there are four mice. Oh, I don't think that's very nice.
Well done, James. So now can you tell me how many cats are there?
There are four cats on the
Where are the cats?
on the farm.
Yes, the cats are on the farms. And tell me, how many sheep are there?
There are four sheep
Where are the sheep?
in the barn.
Yes, four sheep are in the barn. What animals are in the house?
Four mice in the house.
Correct. So there are four mice in the house.
Yes,
James,
four mice in the house.
Is it nice to have mice in the house?
Oh, I don't think that's very nice.
Yes, I don't think that's very nice. Thank you, James. And now we will move to the chant. Yes, I can. Okay, now, James, look at the teacher. What can you see? Can you see a teacher?
Yes, I can. Yes, I can.
Now, James, what can you see? Can you see a box?
No, I can. No, I cannot.
Look again. Now, can you see a box?
Yes, I can. Yes, I can.
Well done. Now, let me show you the picture here. Here it is. Now, Jen, what can you see? Can you see a pigeon?
No, I can't. No, I cannot.
Look again. Now, can you see a brown pigeon?
Yes, I can. Yes, I can.
Tell me, where is the pigeon?
The pigeon stands on a rock.
Well done. The brown pigeon is standing on a rock, right? Thank you. And what animals can you see on the farm in the picture? What animals can you see? The
Black crow, green frog,
nice.
brown pigeon, brown fly, black beetle, white goat.
So what else can you see in the picture? What else?
House,
The house and
barn,
and the
sun,
sun.
tree.
Can you see a baby?
No.
No, I can't. No, I cannot. Right. Thank you, James. Now move to the songs. So in Unit 4, we have lots of songs. We have Bingo, Four Little Ducks, I See Numbers, Little Bitty Spider, Old MacDonald's Farm, and The Beehive. Which song do you want to sing?
I I see numbers.
I see numbers. Nice. Now let's sing.
I see numbers on the clock, on the walls, on the blocks, on the pages in my book. Numbers everywhere I look.
Well done, James. James, can you tell me where can you see the numbers?
Where the numbers
On the
clock
clock. Yes. And
in the book,
yes, in the book. And
the blocks,
on the blocks. Anywhere else? And on the walls, right? On the walls and on the
blocks.
yes, on the walls and on the blocks. And James, look at the teacher. How many eyes do I have?
I have 2 eyes.
So teacher has 2 eyes. How many noses do you see on my face?
I see 1 nose.
1 nose. How many cheeks do you see?
I see 2 cheeks.
Thank you. Nice. Now let's move to another song. I have the song Little Bitty Spider. James, can you sing that song?
Yes,
Let's sing.
the little bitty spider went up the water spout. Down came the rain and washed the spider out. Out came the sun, dry off all the rain, and the little bitty spider went up the spout again.
Nice. What is it?
Spout.
Yes, it's either water spout. How about this one? This is the do you see it? Here. This is the
Spider.
yeah, the spider. The what is it coming down?
Rain.
The rain. And this is the
sun.
yes, and this is the sun. James, is the spider big or little?
Little.
Yes, the spider is little. Where did the spider go?
Go to the spout.
Yes, the spider went up the water spout. Tell me, what happened after the spider went up the water spout? What happened?
The rain.
The
What
rain.
the spider out.
Well done. The rain came down and washed the spider out. And how about this one? What did the spider do again? What did the spider do again? The little
again the spout.
yes, went up the spout again. Thank you. And James, does your house have a water spout?
Yes.
Yes, right. Thank you, James. So this is the song about the little bitty spiders. Now I have the song Bingo. So James, can you tell me what is his name?
Pete.
Pete. And what animals does Pete have?
Bingo.
And what it is? Is it a duck, a dog, or a cat?
Dog.
Oh, it's a dog. So what is the dog's name?
Dog name Bingo.
How do you spell bingo?
B-I-N-G-O. N-G-O.
Nice. What is her name?
Her name is Tanya.
Mhm. What does Starnia have?
Have a cat.
A cat. What is the cat's name?
Missy.
How do you spell Missy?
M-I-S-S-Y.
Well done. And now, James. I want to ask you, what is your name? What is your name? My name.
My name is James.
Okay, so here's your names. How do you spell your name?
J-A-M-E-S.
Well done. So this is how do you spell your name? James. Very nice. Look at this one. Okay, back to our song. I want to ask you, we have the 5 stories that we have learned in Unit 4. We have Farmer and the Carrot, Sows on the Farm, the Dancing Pig, the Spider's Web, and Johnny Bear Goes to School. So, which is your favorite story?
Johnny Bear Go to School.
Oh, Johnny Bear Goes to School. Okay, so now with this story, tell me, where does Johnny Bear go?
Johnny Bear Go to School.
Mhm. How do the little bears feel? Are they happy or are they sad?
Very happy.
Yes, the little bears are very happy. Are you happy at school, James? Is
Yes.
James? Oh, nice. And look, what do the little bears walk through to get to school? So the little bears walk through
The school.
Look. So to go to school, what does the little bear walk through?
Through the tree.
Yet they walk through the trees to their little bear school. Tell me, where do the little bears put their jackets?
On hook.
Yes. Do you put your jackets and clothes on hooks?
Yes.
Nice. Where do they sit?
Sit down at the long table.
Well done. They sit down at a long table. Where do you sit now? James, where do you sit now? On
the chair.
Yes, James is sitting down on a chair. And tell me, what does the teachers read? What does the teacher read?
With a big storybook.
Yes, read a storybook. And who helped the teacher hold the book? Who? Who helped the teacher hold the book?
Johnny Bear.
Yeah, Johnny Bear. And who helps the teacher turn on the pages? Who helps the teacher turn the pages?
Sister.
Yeah, the sister. Thank you. Well done, James. Good, very good. Now I have one more story. I have the story about the farmer and the carrot. Okay, so now, James, who is this?
The farmer.
Yes, this is the farmer. And what did the farmer put in the ground?
put a carrot seed in the ground.
Well done. And what did the farmer put on the seed every day?
The carrot grew and grew. It grew
Mm.
very, very big.
Yes, but James, listen to my questions carefully. Listen, what did the farmer put on the seed every day? He put,
Put the water.
yes, he put water on the seed every day. Very nice. And now the farmer wants to eat the carrot for the dinner and he pulled it up. But did the carrot come up?
No.
No, right. And so who did the farmer go to?
Go to the horse.
The horse. And what did the farmer say?
Please help me pull up my carrot.
And in this picture at the end of the story, who pulled the carrot? Who? The
farmer and the horse and the cow and the dog and the cat and the rabbit.
pulled and pulled
Pulled.
the carrot.
And
Now, did the carrot come up?
yes.
Yes, the carrot came up. Very nice, James. Now, the last one is the poems. James, I have 3 poems. Horse, ostrich, and the rabbit hops. Which one do you want to say?
Horse.
Horse. Okay, this is horse poems for you. Let's say,
Horse. I saw a big horse on the farm. The horse was standing in the barn.
well done, James. James, can you find a word with the sound? We have,
Horse.
well done, James. So tell me, what did you see on the farm?
Horse is on the barn.
So can you say, I saw? What did you see on the farm? And let's say, I saw
A big horse on the farm.
Well done. So where was the horse standing?
The horse was standing in the barn.
Excellent, James. Good job, James. You did a good job today. Thank you. So this is the end of the interview. Now, James, let's say goodbye, teacher.
Goodbye, teacher.
Goodbye, James. So you can out now. Goodbye.
Goodbye, teacher.